the question is always, what will make me the most money? To buy something below the comparable sales, or to do something to improve the value of the property, or to buy something dilapidated and just like improve the condition and then keep it for cash flow by refinancing? I'm gonna tell you, in real estate, it's a multiplier. It's not a plus, plus, plus. So if you find a property that's worth, I don't know, 700,000 and you get it at 600,000, that's a huge opportunity for you. Now you bring a big tenant to go in, now it goes up to, let's say, $1.1 million, $1.2 million. So what ends up happening is you're just doing a multiplier. You got it below market, you got a great tenant, it increased the value, you refinanced, got a better loan, cashed it out, and amortize that, you're able to amortize it instead of 20 years or 25, you can do it 15, so you can pay it down faster. So all these work to your advantage. Now, when it comes to sellers who don't accept your offer or are gonna be rebuffed by your offer, they're gonna be insulted, my suggestion is I always try to be pleasantly persistent, okay? So I tell you, like in the joint venture program, when we call a broker and say, okay, I understand you want $1.1 million for this property, but we represent the fund and we're very serious, we're very interested in this property, but really, frankly, the best I can do is 850, maybe 900,000 maximum. Now, I don't want to insult you. I'm not telling you can write it at this right now, but I'm going to leave you with this thought. We're ready, we move all cash, we can move quickly. So then I add all the benefits of coming back to me without hurting his ego, because ego is the enemy for people. People will be like, broker, I'm not going to submit this offer to my seller. This is, they said they want $1.1 million. I totally understand. Create the agreement. But there is this caveat, but I can't do it for that. So if sometime in the next few weeks or maybe a couple months it's still sitting on the market, please think of us. And is it okay with you if I check with you periodically? So then they're not so upset. I remember I had this guy who said to me, he looked at a property and looked at it. I was selling the property. It was a residential property. He looked at it and called me the next day. Can I look at it again? And then the third time, can I look at it again? I'm like, oh my gosh, how many times am I going to show this guy the property? He keeps showing it to his wife, his kid, and another person. It looks like him. Looks like, is that your cousin, your brother? I don't know. So finally I realized he's really trying to wear me out so I can discount. And then finally I said, are you going to make an offer or what are we going to do here? Because I'm really tired and I have other people interested. I want to know what to tell them. Of course, I'm positioning him. And he said, I would like to make an offer, but really, I don't want to insult you. And I thought about it. What a great way to set me up for a very bad number. And my only answer to him, I wasn't ready for that. I said, go ahead and insult me. And then he did insult me. And I said, do you want me to counter offer or would that be insulting? He said, no, just think about my number. So conclusion, I didn't sell to him because the property was desirable and I had other offers. But I like the way he prefaced how to make a lowball offer. You can put it like, I'm afraid to make this offer, but that's the only way it will make sense for us. We're ready to move forward. So, in the art of negotiation, the book called Yes, I think the book is called Yes by Robert Cialdini, who is the professor in Phoenix University. He wrote a book about negotiation, and he found that the power of the word because. So they did a lot of tests on people, human behavior, like in the universities, people standing in line to make photocopies, and this kid from the university will come in front of the first guy and he says, I'm so sorry, but can I go in front of everybody here so I can make a quick copy because I need to go to the class? Well, they all need to go to the class. They're all in the university. They're standing right there. But because of the way he said it, and he said the because, it worked. So I like to use the word because, like, look, the best is I'd like to take your offer. Let's say I'm selling. I would love to take your offer, but I can't because I'm not selling based on square footage. This is a historic building, or this property has such good traffic. And you see, so I give them another reason. So I sell value, not just price. But if that's what you're focused on, the price, then you can give them something. I've used that before, emotional. Like one time I told the person, I really would like your property. And he said, why you're coming to me? I'm just watering the plants. He was watering the plants and I asked the guy, are you the owner? He said, yes. I said, excuse me, do you know if you're interested in selling? He said, the property across the street is for sale, but it was priced too high. And I said, no, I like your property because my mother-in-law is moving to the area and I really would love to get her close by, and this is the exact home she wanted to. I created this little emotional thing. He started saying, okay, let me ask my wife and stuff. We ended up getting the house from him, bought it. Not much negotiation because I told him, you're not paying commissions, I'll buy it as is, etc. And then fixed it and sold it for more. So be pleasantly persistent, give them a reason, and then follow up, and sooner or later it will either come your way or it was never meant to be.